Welcome to the Southern Alberta Baseball Magazine Show with your host, Rick Solberg.
Hello and welcome to the Southern Alberta Baseball Magazine. I'm your host, Rick Solberg, and it's certainly a pleasure of mine to be able to bring you some of the highlights of baseball in and around Southern Alberta, and I want to thank Shaw TV for giving us this opportunity. Baseball, as you know from the past, has been known to have some passionate fans, and it was that passion that led to the development of the Prairie Baseball Academy some 15 years ago. This past fall, the program took on a new direction with the announcement of Coach Todd Hupka being the head man, both for the on-field production and many of the off-field activities for the PBA. Had a chance to talk to Coach Hupka about his expectations for the program as he takes it into a new direction.
Well, it's gone pretty smoothly so far. We've the board has done a good job hiring some assistant coaches for me, and they're doing a great job for us. I've been in the program since just about day one anyway, so I mean the transition on my part I think has gone pretty smooth. It's other than a little bit of office stuff and everything, Coach did a good job at showing me how everything works, so it's going smooth. I think that we've started to slip a little bit at the academy in regards to how we built this academy and hard work. And I think that's something that we need to get back to a little bit. Dedication, those are words that need to start coming back to the academy that have been lacking in the last couple of years. And hopefully this year we can, I know one thing, we're going to work hard this year. And we've been doing a good job at that this fall, and it's going to go into the spring season. So, but that's something that needs to be addressed. Yeah, for myself, it's winning. That's what we're playing, a sport, and if you're not in it to win, then you're not going to be very successful. And I think that's one thing that the Prairie Baseball Academy has done throughout the years is win, and we've shown that in our record, and I think we will continue that.
Thanks a lot, Todd. We'll be talking to Coach Hupka for many weeks as we head into the 2011 campaign for the PBA Dogs. As you are aware, a program of this magnitude needs a lot of volunteer hours and a lot of money being raised, and the man in charge of that is the general manager of the PBA, Keith Jorgensen, a man who's familiar to baseball diamonds here in Southern Alberta. One of the biggest events is coming up, and Keith is in charge of the PBA Scholarship Banquet that goes at the Lethbridge Lodge on January 22nd at 7 o'clock. I had a chance to talk to Keith about the banquet and some of its history and what people can expect at this year's edition.
Well, we started off the very first year. Kubi wanted to do a coaches clinic, and we just decided if he's going to do a coaches clinic, we should have a banquet with it. And of course, he was very much in favor of having a banquet and recognizing some of the kids, and so that's where it started. And we ran the clinic probably for about 4 or 5 years. We brought in some really good speakers and some of his great connections, and then all of a sudden the coaches part of it sort of dwindled away, and we just continued the banquet, and it's become a very political part of our program. And the last few years we've been able to build up our scholarship program so that it's up around the $70,000 to $75,000 range, so it's become a very significant part of our banquet as well. So very, very good opportunity, and because of our baseball connection, and we try to involve everybody in our baseball world because of the use of our facility here, plus the field and everything. We're going to honor a couple Little League teams this year that had a very good season. we're not going to honor, but we're going to recognize other teams in the area that had a very good season and some of their players and what they did. You know, and it's not, like you say, it's not just baseball. We're a very close community throughout Southern Alberta here, and we're hoping, you know, that people will come and buy a ticket. Individual tickets are $50 a piece. A table of 8's only $300, so it brings the price down very much. And we're also going to honor one of our former board members, Doug Mutton, who has spent many years with us, and you know, we're looking forward to being finally able to, because he hasn't been able to attend for about 4 years, but he's finally able to come, and so we're going to recognize him this year. So. Banquet is January the 22nd. Our scholarship part of it starts at 5 o'clock and runs basically through till around 6. Like I say, we'll give out about $75,000 to the players, and the college, university, and a whole bunch of private donors are there to present their scholarships. We'll have a cocktail hour from 6 to 7, and then our banquet will start at 7. And we'll have lots of speakers. Alan Cantwell is our main speaker this year. He's one of our former players who's now coaching down south and is doing very well. Randy Ruff, who's our vice president, has brought back a number of items from the Olympics. Of course, he had a pretty good connection with Lindy, so we have some very nice pictures. We have some signed autographs. We have copies of the official score sheet. We have a couple pictures, very nice pictures of the winning goal by Crosby. We have a signed item by Crosby. We have signed tickets, official tickets to the game. There are quite a few things. He has given some of this to the American Legion, and it brought in some tremendous prices for that. And he's had people begging and phoning him to let him know about this. So we're anticipating, you know, some good returns on the items that he's brought. Plus, we're hoping to have a very good turnout. We also have a great fishing trip donated by Jason Newmack. Go down the Missouri River and spend a day fishing with him. Overnight accommodations in Great Falls. We have a David Ortiz signed baseball bat, plus a whole bunch of other things.
Thanks a lot, Keith, and I know it's going to be an exciting evening, not only for the people that show up there, but for the players themselves. What we're going to do now is profile some of the baseball players at the PBA. This year we're going to feature a third-year veteran, first baseman Greg Friesen, in our PBA player profile.
I think we're going to be a lot more aggressive at the plate. One thing we've really worked on is going right after that first pitch, that fastball that we want to hit. And in that aspect, I think with the veteran team that we have, we will be a better hitting club as respect to that. Yeah, I played with the Regina Red Sox in the WNBL last year.
So what's that like?
It's definitely an experience. You know, I was playing with a lot of veteran guys last year, like Mitch McDonald, who's been in the Marlins farm system. Actually, I played behind him at first base. It was definitely, I learned a lot this summer, according to like how to hit and be patient and wait my time to hit and stuff like that. I think in our clubhouse, I'm the guy that goes out there and shows you what to do. You know, the guy on the field that does everything he can, does everything right. I'm not the kind of guy that will get in your face, nothing like that. I'll be the guy that will be encouraging, stuff like that. And I'll try to lead the team the best I can. Being that I'll probably be hitting in one of the 3 or 4 or 5 hole. I expect a lot out of myself to hit the ball really well for this team.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Next week, we're going to feature Drew Haroff, one of the newest members of the PBA program. As well, Glenn Secretan. He's in charge of the education portion of the PBA and another edition of the coaches program with Coach Todd Hupka. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed the Southern Alberta Baseball Magazine, and we'll see you next week.